Your Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. I'm Erica Cardenas. If you're like many of us, you're suffering from the symptoms of allergies right now, so we'll get some tips on coping with them. But before we get started, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. A community demonstrating the dangers of driving impaired, and a group trying to stop Medicare fraud, plus treatment for your daily aches and pains. All that and more coming up on Your Health. Allergy season is in full swing, and I'm sure many of you are feeling the effects. We talk with Dr. Shadmor Vasti from the University of Arizona College of Medicine about how to cope this allergy season. Allergic conditions are among the most common medical conditions in the U.S., according to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. More than 100 million Americans are impacted each year, and it seems like seasonal allergies have become a year-long suffering. Dr. Shadmor Vasti explains how our changing climate is impacting our health.
Depending on what part of the country you're in, you're going to see atypical growth of different vegetation, pollen, flowering plants, and because of that, you may see things that are out of season, typically present with more allergens. And so, whereas before you see a kind of set allergy period, depending on the presence of certain pollens or other allergens in the atmosphere, if now things are kind of sporadic throughout the year because of the changing weather patterns, you're going to kind of see that intermittently throughout the year and not necessarily in a predictable pattern.
Dr. Vasti says the symptoms of allergies are pretty clear.
So some of the most common symptoms that I see are watery, itchy eyes, runny nose, nasal congestion, maybe a little bit of a postnasal drip, scratchy throat, not really painful throat, no fever, no chills. Those aren't really typical. And then sometimes you'll also get itchiness or rashes, also associated with certain allergies, but most of the seasonal allergies that we see are more of the upper respiratory congestion.
Dr. Vasti explains there are things you can do to deal with allergies, like over-the-counter medications and nasal sprays. But if you prefer more natural remedies, there is also hope for you.
Sometimes you can actually get away with just nasal saline irrigation or doing a nasal spray that only has saline in it, because that moistens the area and it's a natural antiseptic because of the salt in the saline solution. If you're going to do nasal irrigation like a neti pot, you always want to make sure to use distilled water. So making sure to clean surfaces regularly, vacuum regularly. Obviously carpet is going to be more allergenic than tile or wood floors, so making sure to clean carpet adequately is really important. So you actually want to use a good HEPA filter in your house, and that actually helps to reduce allergens pretty significantly. And there's a number of studies that have been done with when you use these air purifying systems, you actually find a reduction in allergy symptoms.
You may want to look at the foods on your plate for an added lifeline.
The name of the game here is inflammation, right? So an allergy is an inflammatory response. I think any kind of anti-inflammatory diet like the Mediterranean diet, which is high in fruits, vegetables, healthy sources of fat like avocados, extra virgin olive oil, wild seafood, all of these will reduce inflammation. And even taking supplements like omega-3 fish oil can reduce inflammation, or eating wild seafood that can lessen allergy symptoms. Green tea is another one, as it's a natural source of antihistamines and can help to reduce allergic reactions as well.
Despite the changing weather and potentially year-long allergies, Dr. Vasti says there is hope.
I think just being open to using all the different tools that we have available to address allergies, and if you can kind of look at all of those and try to identify the triggers, then you can definitely keep control of it.
For 25 years, a super dentist has been a leader in pediatric dentistry, and now its co-founder has created a custom mouth care system for kids.
The number one disease in the world, according to World Health Organization, is dental disease. The number one chronic disease in children is dental disease. For 25 years, we've had one of the most leading group dental practices in the country, and I've been asked the same questions by parents. So I decided to write a book about it to explain how oral health connects to physical health and mental health and every part of a child's life. But also, we have to provide a solution. Imagine you're a parent, you're a mom or a dad, and you have a 2-year-old that doesn't get any cavities, and you have a 12-year-old that has a soda habit and gets a ton of cavities. Well, how do you determine what oral care products to get? It's really mind-boggling that currently there does not exist an oral care product company that specializes for kids. So we thought this is a great opportunity to get into that space and revolutionize oral care for kids. We have every single product that every parent needs for every person in that family. It's very comprehensive, from toothpaste to mouthwash, and from floss to toothbrushes, and from all the other oral care products that every person needs from all the developmental stages of life. And we divide it into 5 stages: during pregnancy, birth to 2, when the baby teeth are coming in and the oral microbiome is evolving and maturing, 2 to 5, when we have the primary dentition, from 6 to 12 is when you get your permanent teeth and your baby teeth are lost, and then from 13 plus, the teens and adults. The next thing is we customize the oral care products. Someone who has a lot of gum disease probably requires different sets of oral care products that someone has a very, very healthy mouth. We conveniently have a questionnaire, a profile builder on our website. So you go as a parent, you answer a few questions, and then we customize those products specifically for your children. And it's also conveniently shipped to your home every 3 to 6 months, so your children and your family will never run out of the products, and you will have all the right products at the right time. Every oral care product you put in your mouth and the mouths of your children obviously need to follow a few things. One is they need to be safe, right? Because needless to say, everything that goes in our mouths get absorbed through our mucosal tissues, the soft tissues in the mouth, and of course we swallow some of it. Next, they need to be unified. They need to work together as a system and complement each other. The next one is we want them to be playful and fun, because especially for kids, we want to build positive associations with their mouth and their oral care. Next, they need to be effective, right? And of course, when it comes to health, usually all the ingredients and the drugs in the market are either safe or effective, but we want to provide products that are safe and effective at the same time. And lastly, they need to be from a reputable source. All of our oral care products were developed by world-class pediatric dentists and medical experts. We also have a ton of educational content for parents and the doctors. So if you're a family and you want to learn about Supermouth, you want to learn about the oral care and how it impacts your children's lives and your own family, make sure you go to supermouth.com and check out all the educational content, and of course check out our profile builder to get the right products for every family member.
The Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America ranks the top allergy cities in the U.S. In 2023, Wichita, Kansas takes the top spot. If you'd like to see where your city ranks in pollen count, head over to the foundation's website. Stick around, we have more Your Health coming up. Treatments for pain in all areas of your body, and how one community is coming together to stop impaired driving.
Your Health is brought to you by Supermouth, custom mouth care systems.
If aches and pains are a part of your daily life, we have a solution for you. The doctors at Anodyne Pain and Wellness Solutions take the time to understand your health journey and create a path to overall healing.
Hi, I'm Susie from Anodyne of Las Vegas. I'm a co-owner of this integrated practice. We have medical care and chiropractic care. We also have some natural healing therapies, such as red light therapy, a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. We've got some amazing chiropractors. Our medical doctor helps treat joint pain. We don't prescribe pills or encourage surgery. Our athletes love it here too because they get IV hydration. They get to cool the inflammation in their body with red light and hyperbaric. We also help patients with their sexual wellness needs. Anodyne is unique because we're an integrated clinic. We're a one-stop shop. Patients come here and they get to experience different types of treatments, and they don't have to run across town looking for, this type of practitioner, that type of practitioner. We help them here.
It all starts with our first initial exam. We go over thoroughly what their complaint area is and in general health and how the general health has complicated the complaint area. We don't just treat for one place. We treat each person as a whole. Pain from disc injuries, pain from muscle injuries, pain from ligamentous connective tissue injuries. Basically, that's what we do.
There's a group of friends of mine, ladies, that we all go to the gym together. And one of them is quite sick. She recovered from cancer. And she started talking about this red light therapy. It's basically you climb into, it looks like a sunbed. You know, it's comfortable, it's very soothing. I feel it kind of just gives me a little energy. I just find it's very easy, very convenient, and it's 15 minutes of my time.
We want to help patients live the best life they can. And with these natural healing therapies and the different modalities, our providers collaborate on a patient to be able to get to the root cause of their pain and prescribe the best customized treatment for the patients.
I've done a few. I've done the IV rehydration. It was awesome. You know, we live in the desert. I don't drink enough water. You feel rejuvenated afterwards. The red light therapy, 15 minutes. You know, I can come down here on my lunch. You know, I feel helps with some inflammation. I've got, you know, the beginnings of some arthritis, and it's kind of your one-stop shop down here. I've, you know, talked to them a little bit about everything, and so I'm slowly working my way around.
When their family and friends come and tell us, so-and-so said to come see, you know, Dr. Sadeghi or Dr. Moran, Dr. Lukens, Tammy, our physician assistant, and that is the best feedback we can get. When they want to share the care that we provide, the best feeling in the world.
We all know the dangerous and often deadly consequences of driving impaired, and the Portsmouth Prevention Coalition is hoping to bring the reality of this to the community with its simulated experience.
I'm Joan Warren, the director of the Portsmouth Prevention Coalition. Today we are here with the Portsmouth Police Department training on the use of the Sydney golf cart. Sydney stands for Simulated Impaired Driving Experience. Together with the Portsmouth Prevention Coalition and the Newport County Prevention Coalition, we were able to fund the Sydney golf cart. Drunk driving affects our community in so many negative ways. Portsmouth in particular has seen quite a bit of DUIs. So the whole community is at risk. So we take this very seriously. Portsmouth police are wonderful when it comes to monitoring our streets.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Richard Ruist. I'm with the Portsmouth Police Department, and we're out here today to train on the Sydney. We have our team out here of 5 other officers and myself, Joan from the Prevention Coalition, and we're training on how the machine works and how it can simulate impaired driving, especially for our youth, and that's going to be our target audience. Definitely gives them a hands-on experience, and there's an educational component to it. It's not just that you're driving a go-kart. It's going to be part of an educational program where you're talking about drunk and impaired driving and better choices. That's really what it is about better choices before they get behind the wheel and before something happens. Hopefully this experience will give them the deterrent not to do it. When you switch it into impaired driving, it gives you a delayed response, which you're going to have naturally. You're going to have delayed braking. So it simulates that type of action if you were impaired driving a motor vehicle.
In the winter months, we'll probably have it indoors at some events.
Obviously, it's better outside because you definitely have more space, but inside, as long as we have safe parameters.
You know, we want to take it out before proms and graduation and make sure that it's utilized in the best possible manner. We have worked very closely with the Portsmouth Police Department. They have been very supportive.
It's just the overall support and knowing that if we need something, and as long as we ask, they'll try to accommodate, and I think they feel the same way.
I'm going to actually maybe drive it if you want to get a little bit of that. I won't swear. Not easy. So I think this is a great tool. It's going to really help the young people realize the dangers of impaired driving and drunk driving. We want to make sure that young people in our community make good decisions and stay away from drugs, alcohol, and tobacco, and make this a lifelong decision.
For pharmacists say during allergy season to take your vitamin C. It blocks the formation of histamine, which is the cause of allergy symptoms. You can get vitamin C from many foods, such as kiwis or bell peppers, or you can take a supplement. Stick around, here's what's coming up on Your Health. A group trying to fight fraud and scams associated with Medicare, and getting back on your feet after an accident. Medicare fraud is rampant in the U.S., and Senior Medicare Patrol is educating the community about how these scams can impact lives.
Senior Medicare Patrol, or SMP, is a federally funded program of the Administration for Community Living. SMP's mission is to empower and assist Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caregivers to prevent, detect, and report healthcare fraud, errors, and abuse. We empower all through outreach, counseling, and education. We are a free resource to you, and every state has an SMP program. In Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia, the Senior Medicare Patrol program is sponsored by AdviseWell, Inc. Medicare fraud is a big problem in the United States. The federal government estimates it loses anywhere from $60 to $100 billion every year to fraud, waste, and abuse. Therefore, it's important that we reach the Medicare beneficiaries, their families, and caretakers so they know they can reach out to SMP if they ever think they've been a victim of Medicare fraud or healthcare scams. There are several ways we reach seniors. For example, we go out and give in-person presentations to groups, exhibit at events, and work one-on-one with Medicare beneficiaries. We provide educational opportunities for beneficiaries at places like senior centers and independent living facilities. We are also available to speak to church groups, social groups, and other organizations. Our presentations typically last 15 to 20 minutes, and we allow some time afterwards for questions and answers. We provide educational materials and giveaways to the attendees. We also schedule virtual presentations for groups if they prefer. When Medicare beneficiaries, caregivers, and family members bring their complaints or questions to us at SMP, we make a determination about whether or not fraud, errors, or abuse are suspected. When fraud or abuse is suspected, we make referrals to the appropriate state and federal agencies for further investigation. As you can see, SMP's mission is very important, but we are a small program, so we rely heavily on volunteers to help us educate beneficiaries in all 3 states. Therefore, our volunteers receive training to give presentations on Medicare fraud and scams, attend community events to help spread awareness of the SMP program, and participate in monthly webinars. In summary, Medicare fraud can wreak havoc on you personally and to the Medicare program. That is why it is very important to remember that Senior Medicare Patrol is here to help you. We are a free resource to you. Our toll-free number is 1-877-272-8720. You can also visit stopmedicarefraud.org to get more information and browse through our videos and podcasts. For volunteer opportunities, you can also call 1-877-272-8720 or visit our website. By working together in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Georgia, we can help our Medicare beneficiaries empower themselves. Stop Medicare fraud today by working together with SMP.
Another tip to help with allergies: after being outdoors, change your clothes and shower before bedtime so you don't get any allergens on your bedding. Here's what's coming up on Your Health. A team approach to help recover from accidents. After an illness or accident, getting back to your life can be difficult. The doctors at Opelousas General's Rehabilitation Center have a team approach to assist in your recovery.
What a patient can expect when they come onto the inpatient rehab unit is to be involved in an an interdisciplinary team of professionals and wonderful caring people here on our Opelousas General Rehab Unit. We have physical therapy, which is going to help them with motion. We have occupational therapy, which is going to help them with what we call our activities of daily living, or our ADLs, which are the things we all need to do when we get up every morning. Washing our face, brushing our teeth. Some have to brush their hair, others are more lucky.
Patients qualify for inpatient rehabilitation because they have a significant functional deficit. And that's what makes them available to come over here or qualify to be admitted. The holistic approach that we use to treat our patients here include a whole team of persons attending to the patient's need and reassessing it on a daily basis, almost on an hourly basis. Inpatient rehabilitation benefits the patient by providing them the ability to return back to their functional level or better than they were before whatever happened brought them here. Our goal is to make the patient as functional as we can and to bring him back to his baseline before whatever brought him here was, or even better. And we do that by approaching all of his or her medical problems and physical problems.
Everybody that comes up on rehab has had something taken away from them. I always say that they've had something they never thought would happen to them, and it's already happened. Whether it's a stroke, or whether it's an amputation, or whether they've fallen and broken a hip, and they've had their autonomy and their ability to do for themselves taken away. And we are blessed to be able to help them on the beginning of this journey, them and their families, back to their independence.
The treatment modalities for inpatient rehabilitation are global. They include physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, nutritional support, and of course medication. The conditions that respond excellently well for inpatient rehabilitation are mainly strokes, because they do give you a lot of deficits, followed by complete hip replacements and knee replacements. But also other conditions such as being debilitated and weak from an extended hospital stay due to a catastrophic infection.
Dr. Alamani and I try to not be doctors, but be healers, because that takes everything. And thankfully, we have such a great team that we're all able to help them on their emotional journey, getting through this, as well as on their spiritual journey, getting through this. And not only get better, but see better. See that they have a future where they will be able to do for themselves again.
Thank you for joining us on Your Health. We hope you have a happy and healthy day. See you next time.